Hey guys, and welcome to another YouTube video. It's time for a sit down and talk video again because I am going to do a funny Q&A video. I asked you on Instagram to ask me any questions, and you guys have good questions. Really, honestly, they are great. I love them, so let me answer them today. I made some notes to cover everything. And yes, I have also some food related questions and I will answer them at the end of this video. Stay to the end if you don't want to miss them. And the first questions I will answer are not food related. So yeah, that's the schedule for today. So stay tuned and we go straight into it. So the first question was, are you a professional ballerina or have you danced in professional companies or on theaters? And the answer is, it depends what you define as professional ballerina. I definitely have a professional background in dancing, so I studied ballet for almost 6 years. And when I studied ballet, I had 6 to 8 hours training a day. So yeah, you can call this professional for sure. And I danced to make a living. So I was in smaller companies, but this was not really, it was never my focus to be a dancer on stage. My goal was to teach other people to dance, and that's what I did for a living. So yes, you can call me professional if you like. And now that I'm a nutritionist, so after my ballet study, when I finished with this, I also became a nutritionist, as you probably know, and that's what I do today. And I also started my own food startup. So yeah, now things changed a little bit, but I'm still dancing. I have training every single day. So yeah, I guess I'm a professional ballerina, if you want to call it like this. Yeah. And I also danced in smaller companies. I think I said this before, but not like in big theaters, but we had small performance in different locations and things like that. Next question is, has your brand name Coco Chanel something to do with the brand Coco Chanel? And the answer is no. It has nothing to do with Coco Chanel, because you might know that I started my own food startup last year, September last year, yeah, so 2022. And it's called Coco Chanel, and many people ask me if it has something to do with Coco Chanel or the idea behind it or something like this. And no, it's called Coco because all my products contain coconut in some shape or form. So for example, we use coconut flour, we use coconut chips, we use coconut butter, coconut milk. So almost all products, I think, except one, yeah, they all contain coconut. So I thought cocoa is obvious, and only cocoa was kind of boring and not really a good brand name, I think. And then I also wanted to have my own name in there. So my name is Lena, and Coco Lena, I don't know, I think it's not so fluent if you spell it. And then I thought, why not taking my name and writing it backwards? So Anel is my name, just the other way around, you know? So yeah, this is the idea behind my brand name. I came up with this idea, so now it's called Coco Anel. Coco for coconut and Anel is my name. So yeah, that's the whole story behind it. Not really spectacular, but I think it's nice for a brand and it sounds great in my opinion. Let me know what you think. And I will also leave a link in the description box below where you can check it out. And we have some really healthy, really nice snack options. So don't miss out, and we deliver worldwide. So that's great. Next question is, why do you have no rest days? now we come to the nitty-gritty stuff, right? Maybe you have also noticed that I don't have rest days in my training schedule, I guess. So I train 7 times a week, 360 days a year. It might sound crazy for some of you, but let me explain. I told you before that I have a professional dancing background, so I am a professional high performance athlete. And my body is used to train or to work out really hard, really hard, yeah? So if you are once used to train 6 to 8 hours a day, you cannot stop. You cannot stop immediately. You cannot go from 8 hours to 0. And even one day, if I don't do anything for one day, I just don't feel good. I feel actually pretty bad. So I have pain if I don't move. My bones will start to hurt. My muscles start to hurt. It's not nice. It's really not nice if I don't train. And yes, even if I don't train one day. I don't recommend this. I don't think you should train 7 times a week if you don't come from a professional background. And I don't recommend it to my clients or to anyone actually, because I know that for most people, it's just enough to train maybe 4 to 6 times a week or even 3 times. So there's nothing wrong with rest days for normal people, I would say. But for me, it's really different. I have something in my eye. Yeah, for me it's really different because of my background. And I'm not saying that this is a good thing, and I actually believe that it's not the perfect thing to do. So I don't believe that you should train 7 times a week. And I also have to admit that I not listened to my body. And if you do ballet as a living and if you do it professional, you just somehow have to ignore the signs of your body, and you have to ignore pain. You have to ignore if your body is telling you, no, you should rest now, you should just do nothing. And sometimes you can't do that. So no matter if you're tired, no matter if you're sick, you will still go to class and you will still work out, because it's your job, it's your jadi, your passion. You have to do it. And once you start ignoring your body's signals, you can get in a really bad cycle. And it's just what I experienced. I just learned to ignore the signals of my body. So if I had pain, I thought, okay, it's not that bad. I can still go. I can still do everything, and I would go over the pain. I would still do everything with pain. And that was normal. Everybody did. So there was not such a thing like, oh, you have pain, you should stay at home, just rest. Of course, if it's really traumatic, like a broken foot, or if you really have something really drastic, then sometimes you really just can't move. That's just reality. But if you have something like, I don't know, really sore muscles or really bad injuries or whatever, inflamed ankles, whatever it is, you still go. You just ignore the pain and you just go. So that's my background, and I'm still learning to listen to my body, because for years I was taught to ignore it, go over it and do it anyways. And that's not healthy. That's really not healthy, and that's not good. And I have to pay the bill for it already. So I have pain in my body. I have pain, I'm honest. But that's kind of how life flows. If you are not listening to your body, and if you treat it bad for a long period of time, of course you have to pay for it at some point. So that's just reality, and I'm still alive. But I don't recommend to train 7 times a week. That was the actual question. What I recommend is, though, that you stay active every day. So when I say you shouldn't train every day, I still think, in my opinion, it's really important to move every day. And I distinguish between moving and training, because if you train, in my opinion, it's like you really go hard, you push it in a gym, and you should be sore if you really train. And movement is gentle. You can go for a walk, you can just run slowly, you can ride a bike, you can go for a gentle swimming session. I mean, I think swimming is not possible without being exhausted, because how can you swim so slowly? For me, it's always, I don't understand those people who go to a swimming pool and they still talk, and they swim and talk and talk and swim. And for me, it's like, I don't know, my neck hurts if I have my head over water. I need to swim, like really swim, and then it's already exhausting. So I can do it without being exhausted. But if you can do a gentle swimming, then that's maybe also good. Or just do some stretching on rest days. But don't lay down on the couch and eat junk food just because it's your rest day. That's absolutely not beneficial at all. Not for recovery, not for your health, for nothing. So don't do that unless you are sick. So yeah, you should move every day, but you can distinguish between working out, really working hard, and active rest days where you just go for a walk or something like this. Yeah, so that's my recommendation, and don't do what I do, and don't follow stupid things and give your body active rest days, I would say. Then we already come to the food related questions. So the first question is kind of funny, I think, because the person asked, why are you not eating any protein? So basically, why are you avoiding protein? And guys, I never said that I avoid protein. Who said that? I don't understand, because yes, I show my food on Instagram every day, and of course I have a lot of what I eat in a day videos here on this channel, but have I ever mentioned that I avoid protein? I don't think so. What I said is that we absolutely don't have to care at all about the whole protein thing. So what I said is, I don't care about protein. I just don't care. I don't count my protein intake. I don't put it into Chronometer on a regular basis just to check if I have enough protein. And I don't obsess about it, because it's not necessary. And in fact, it can harm you if you have too much protein. And we in our Western world, we should really not at all be concerned about protein. Because if you eat food, as long as you eat food and as long as you eat enough calories, you will have enough protein. That's absolutely no issue, except you cook everything. So if you don't have any raw foods in your diet, of course you are lacking on protein, because you cook it and you destroy it. And that's the thing that most people get wrong, because they think, if I eat all the eggs and all the meat and all the dairy products and yogurt and milk, which is so high in protein, then I will build muscles easy and I will grow. And it's just not true, because the only thing that happens if you eat animal protein, which is always cooked, you can't eat raw animal protein. I mean, you can steak tartare, or I don't know, all these crazy things. Raw eggs, some people maybe eat raw eggs, or I don't know, it's disgusting. And let's be honest, most people cook their animal proteins. So most people eat cooked meat and cooked eggs and pasteurized milk. It's all heated above 42 degrees Celsius. And that means the protein is completely destroyed. It's denatured. And your body cannot make use of denatured proteins. I explained this before in another video, I think. That's just how it goes. It's a nature's law. It's not my rule I came up with. It's just reality. It's just how life works. If you cook protein, it's denatured. And then your body recognizes it as a foreign thing, and it actually answers with an immune response. So your body will inflame, and you cannot make use of cooked protein. So don't think you add enough protein with cooked foods into your diet. So if you don't eat raw food, you will not get all the healthy and essential amino acids that are in raw foods. Since I only eat raw fruits and vegetables and tons of leafy greens, I don't have to care about protein, guys. Leafy greens, spinach, arugula, kale, lettuce, red leaf lettuce, all the leafy greens, broccoli, it's full with amino acids, and that's all you need. And your body can store amino acids, and then he can build protein, and that's much more efficient than eating whole protein from meat that's actually cooked and destroyed, and you cannot make use of it. So it's common sense, but people still don't get it. So if you really want to be well nourished and don't think about protein anymore, then start eating raw foods, fruits and vegetables. And even a mango has enough protein. You don't have to care. It's everywhere. There's not such a food like with no protein. I mean, unless you isolate it, like isolated oil or isolated sugar is of course without protein, but that's not food even, so you should not eat it. As long as you eat raw human food, so fruits and veggies and small amounts of nuts and seeds, you are good. You don't have to worry about protein, okay? So that's one important message of this video. And also let me know in the comments if you're still obsessed with this whole protein issue or if you just eat. Like every animal, right? Do you know any animal in the world that obsesses about any macronutrient? I mean, they don't count protein or carbs or fat. They just eat their species-specific diet, and they know if they stick to it, if they don't go crazy and start to eat another species diet. For example, if a bird starts to eat the diet of a lion, of course he would run into issues. But the birds know that that's not even a question. They don't even try to eat meat because they know it's not my diet. And for some reason, we humans think different. We think we have to drink the milk of other species. We think we have to eat the diet of other species. We just have our own anatomy, and we don't have the anatomy of a lion or a cat or a bird. We just have to accept how nature created us, and once we accept, all problems will go. But that's a long learning process, and I really hope that one day all people will get it. And that's why I am doing such videos. So I hope this answered your question, and if you still have questions about this topic, just let me know. I'm always happy to answer and get back to you as sup. So next question, why don't you eat beans, lentils and co? So the person is asking why I don't consume beans, lentils, chickpeas, all of these things. And the answer is not in one word. So there are many reasons why I don't eat them, because I think beans are, first of all, not human food. So we are frugivores, and our main fuel source should be carbohydrate-rich fruits, vegetables and leafy greens, but first of all, fruits. And the problem with beans in any shape or form, let's say black beans, chickpeas, kidney beans, whatever, just, yeah, they don't digest well because we are frugivores and we would not really eat them in nature. If we think we would live really in nature still, which we don't do, but let's pretend to be a human, a natural human in nature, you would not eat beans because you have to cook them. And we all know that we cannot digest beans eating them raw. And that's already a big sign that you should not eat them at all. Because if you first have to cook something in order to enjoy it, it's probably not human food. And that's the case with beans. You cannot eat them raw. Of course, you can sprout some beans, like chickpeas, for example, or lentils. You can sprout them and enjoy them this way. But honestly, who wants to eat raw sprouted chickpeas on their own? It's not tasty. It's really not. So you have to then mix them with fatty dressings or in a salad with other sauces and spices and maybe fat. You have to add fat in order to make it tasty. And that's another warning sign that it's not your human food. If you have to really add a lot to the food in order to make it tasty, like the same with meat. Who eats meat raw in its raw state? It's not tasty. It's disgusting, actually. Your mouth is not watering if you look at a piece of raw meat. You just have to change it in many ways, and you have to add things, and you have to add fat and spices and salt. Then you can make it somehow delicious for some people who have destroyed taste buds. But they would not enjoy it raw. And they say, yes, meat is so delicious, it just tastes so good. But actually it's tasting like, I don't know, a dead animal. There's no way it could taste good. It's so crazy. Guys, what shall we do in this world? What shall we do? Sometimes it's really frustrating to me because we have such a long way to go until all the people will finally get this. And if at all, I think we'll never get there. But anyways, I lost the point. What was the question? Beans. Right. Beans. It's the same thing with beans. You will not enjoy them raw. It's just not possible. It's not going to happen. No one will enjoy raw beans. And since I am a raw vegan, I don't want to put a label on myself, but I am a human and I eat raw fruits and vegetables. Let's put it this way. Since I decided to eat raw fruits and vegetables only, beans are not even an option for me. So yeah, that's the first thing. You have to eat them cooked, and that's not for me. Then the second reason is they just take too much space in the stomach. And if your stomach is already filled up with beans or lentils or these things, then you don't have enough space to eat enough fruits. And that's crucial for our overall health. So if you don't have enough space in your stomach for fruits, you cannot be healthy, because if you are lacking on fruits, then there's no way to be healthy if you don't consume enough fruits. So yeah, I would rather leave space in my stomach for fruits so that I can eat a whole pineapple, a whole watermelon without feeling stuffed or something because I have lentils in me, or yeah, some dense foods that just take space and they are not really nutritious if you cook them, or because again, all the nutrients, the macronutrients, micronutrients, the enzymes, they are destroyed if you cook your food. So for me, it doesn't make sense to eat them at all. And then there's another point, because lentils and beans, they have so-called, I think, saponins. So in Germany, they are called saponine. I don't know the exact English word, but I think saponins would be the word. Maybe just Google it. It's a substance that is created from the plant to protect itself. So it's a bitter taste. The substance is tasting really bitter and almost toxic, so that animals or other beings just don't kill the plant and don't eat them because it's so bitter and they want they don't want to eat it. And I think that's also the reason why people they train their beans before, and then you have this soapy, frothy water that's coming out of it, and that's this substance that's called saponine, and it's just like soap, and it's bitter, and it's just because the plant want to protect itself, and it's not supposed to be in your body. So if animals avoid to eat them, so why should we? Doesn't make any sense to me to eat them. It's not food, in my opinion, not human food, and that's why I don't eat them. And then I also don't like them. I mean, I'm not raw vegan since birth, obviously, so I ate beans in my life back then, and I don't really like the taste. It's plain. Again, you have to add sauces, you have to mix them into fatty dressings, you have to saute them with oil or something to make it tasty, and you have to use a lot of salt to make it tasty, spices again, and then they can taste good because you added all these stimulating things to it. But just plain beans, even cooked plain beans without salt, without anything, I don't believe that anyone would consider this tasty. And I don't want to eat food that is only tasty if you add some toxic stimulants to it. So it just doesn't make sense to me. I hope this answered your question, and let's go to the next question. What's the best way to lose weight quickly? Yes. So this question is, of course, common, and many people struggle, many people want to lose weight. By the way, if you are struggling as well with your weight, I have a great coaching program out there. For now, it's only for German-speaking people, but if you want to have an individual meal plan, for example, then you can just book a call with me. It's absolutely free, and then I can make a meal plan for you if you want to lose weight. So if this is something that would help you out, just reach out to me. But to answer the question, I would first of all say it shouldn't be the goal to lose weight quickly, because the question was, what's the best way to lose weight quickly? And I don't want you to lose weight quickly, because probably you will gain it back quickly as well. So I think it's good in a slow time, just maybe 500 grams a week maybe. And the way you do it is just so easy. You go to a raw vegan diet. You don't have to do it overnight. Start with your breakfast, just replace it with fruits. And the first rule to lose weight is to eat fruits in abundance. Eat fruits as much as you like, don't care. Just don't count calories, don't do crazy stuff with counting proteins and fats and carbohydrates. Just eat more fruit. If you really just new to this lifestyle and you want to start and you want to lose weight, just incorporate more fruits. Start with a breakfast. Fruit only for breakfast. Then you can have your normal lunch, your normal dinner, no problem. Then do this for a few weeks and see what happens. I promise you, you will already lose weight. And then you can go step by step, and then you can replace your lunch. Maybe you ate a sandwich or pasta dish or a burger for lunch. Now you can replace it with a big salad, and you can make creamy dressings with sunflower seeds, or you can also make fat-free dressings. And that's my next recommendation. If you really want to bring it to the next level, you can leave out any overt fats. So I mean these highly fatty fruits like avocados, nuts and seeds, and olives, coconut meat, whatever. All these fatty fruits, they are healthy, no question. And we need fats, just like protein. We need protein, but you should not overdo these things. So, and if you want to lose weight quickly, which I don't recommend, but then you can really leave them out for a while and see what happens. And I promise you, you will lose weight. There's no chance if you don't cheat yourself, and if you really stick to the plan and eat fruit for breakfast, salads for lunch and another veggie or fruit meal or smoothie for dinner, or however you structure it. I can help you to structure the meal plan, and we can book a consultation, and then we can see if you are more a savory person and you want to eat, for example, 2 salads a day, or if you're more a sweet tooth and you want to have a sweet lunch as well, and then for dinner a big salad. There are different approaches to a raw vegan diet, so you don't have to stick to any rules that some guru is telling you. You have to work out what's working for you, and that's what I can help you with. So yes, that being said, you need a structure at some point. If you're just starting, just don't think too much, just eat more fruit. That's the first thing, the first step you can do. Just incorporate more fruits. And then if you are going further and further, then you can start to make a plan and to really structure your meals. For example, fruit for breakfast, a smoothie bowl for lunch, and a big salad with a creamy fatty dressing or non-fat dressing for dinner. As a snack, if you need snacks, you can always eat more fruit or make another smoothie, and just so you know your daily structure. And then if you stick to this plan, you will finally reach your ideal weight, because if you eat raw fruits and vegetables and small amounts of nuts and seeds only, there's no way to get fat or overweight, or there's just no way. So reach out to me if you want to have support with this. And thank you for the question. I hope it was helpful. And next question, and that's actually the last one, is: do you recommend to do a long-term juice fast, like over 30 days? The answer is yes and no. The answer is yes if you are already eating raw, and if you are used to it, and if you have no problems with binge eating, or let's say you have problems with sticking to a raw vegan diet, and you, for example, go raw vegan for a week and then you fall back to your old habits and you're still struggling with this, then I don't recommend a juice fast, because what you do on a juice fast is you don't eat, obviously. You only drink juices. And if you only drink juices, you will learn how to drink juice, right? But if you drink juice, you will not learn how to eat. And maybe and probably you will lose weight and you will feel amazing during the juice fast. But what will happen afterwards? You haven't learned how to eat properly, how to fuel yourself with fruits, with raw fruits and vegetables. And then you will probably fall back again to your old habits. It will probably be worse than before, because then you are hungry because of the juice fast and your body is telling you, I need to refeed. And then it's really difficult to not go back to these dense foods. So if you are not 100% successful yet with a raw vegan diet, I would first practice the raw vegan diet, and then you can go to juice fast, and then you can, after the juice fast, with no problem go back to the raw vegan diet. But if you then, after the juice fast, go back to fries and burgers and meat and dairy products, no, just don't do it. Learn how to eat first, and then if you want to, do it. And and if you are transitioning to a raw vegan diet, I also don't recommend to do it, because it's the same thing. You just learn how to drink juice, you don't learn how to eat raw food. So learn how to eat raw food first, and then you can make a juice fast. It was the same for me. I just transitioned first to a raw vegan diet, and once I was used to it, and it was no problem whatsoever for me. It was like brushing my teeth, just a normal thing to eat fruits and veggies. Then I incorporated some smaller juice fasts, but I still don't did these long-term juice fasts. I kind of think about it, but I would love to do 30 days. But the thing is, I also train very hard, and I don't know if I would have the energy. I know people always say, yes, you will have so much energy, but the first week or so is always so hard, and then I would probably not be able to go to training every single day, and it's just not worth it for me. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm still a little bit, yes, I don't know, I just, maybe it will come someday, I will do it. But so yeah, the short answer is transition to the raw vegan diet first, and if you're successful with this, then you can do choose fast. And that's it. This was my last question. So I really hope you enjoyed these questions, and if you like these kind of videos, these Q&A sessions with me, then let me know, because I like them too, and you guys really have great questions. I like to answer them. So yeah, let's stay in contact. And if you are not following me on Instagram yet, you can also go there and follow me at Lena La Lune, just the same name like here on YouTube. And there I really share a lot of my recipes I make every day. Yeah, just I show what I eat every day, I show my training, I show my gym workouts, my ballet class sometimes. It's just funny. And yeah, come over there and we will meet there as well. So I wish you a wonderful day. This was a quite long video now, but like I said, I hope it was helpful. And I will see you in my next video. Have a nice day and so much love and peace out. Bye guys.